What is up, Triller Nation? I'm your host, Killer Keemstar. Let's get right into the news. H3H3 is being sued and he could go to jail. KSI has joined the war against cancel culture. Zoe Laverne all growing up and much, much more. We got Bryce Hall versus Austin McBroom in real life. We now got some confirmation on Jake Paul's next boxing opponent. Shane Dawson definitely returning back to the internet. But listen, before we get into these stories, guys, make sure you're subscribed with those notifications on, because you know as soon as I get the scoop, I'm going to keep you in the loop. For our very first story, Tessa Brooks, former member of Team 10, now she's out there doing her own thing, and she's doing good thing. Tessa Brooks posted on the gram that she has a school in Bali. I mean, guys, this is just heartwarming. Watch this, roll.
That's the cutest thing I've ever seen in my whole life.
And so we got...
I love to see influencers doing good stuff. Good on you, Tessa Brooks. Also in the news, two YouTubers that are gonna face off. We're talking about Bryce Hall and Austin McBroom. Well, they were down in Miami doing some promos for this fight that is coming up, and they were both on boats, and they got into a water war. Okay, listen. Bryce Hall's on a boat. He finds Austin McBroom on another boat, and they're throwing water bottles at each other. Watch this. Roll.
The champ has arrived. He won't even look me in the eyes.
Can you come a little closer for me?
What are you gonna do?
Come a little closer?
What are you gonna do if I do come closer? You're not gonna do shit. I don't care about these cameras, dude. I'll smack the out of you. I swear to God. I'll knock you out now and in the ring. How about you come over here and do
I punched my hand on June 12th.
Oh yeah? June 12th's my rest day. When you're on the canvas, go crying to your kids. They're gonna grow up seeing their dad getting knocked.
Right after this, Bryce Hall took to Twitter. He said, I just saw McP-word in person. He couldn't even look at me in the eyes. I've already won. Austin McBroom responded with a bunch of laugh emojis. Bryce responded by saying, future apologies to your kids having to grow up watching their dad get dropped for the rest of their life. Oh no, leave the kids out of it. Bryce also said that Austin talks more on Twitter than in person. Can someone teach this man how to speak? I feel like his kids speak better English than him. Wow. And speaking about wow, people were shocked to find out that Shane Dawson is planning a return. He posted a story on Instagram saying, I know I'm still pretty inactive on social media, but it's just because I've been trying to figure out what I want to do in life and what makes me happy. I'm in a pretty good place mentally after a long time of struggling. I don't want to have a backslide, but I promise at some point I will be more present on here and more open about stuff. Hope you guys have a good weekend. He's coming back, and one online creator who I thought would never come back from her scandals is Zoe Laverne. Now listen, normally I would give you a backstory on everything Zoe Laverne has done and why she has this reputation, but I'm not gonna say a word. You wanna know why? Because I am gonna give Zoe Laverne a chance to grow up. Recently, Zoe Laverne became pregnant, and she did a gender reveal party. Roll.
Before me, 3, go.
Congrats, it's a girl. And then right after the gender reveal, father of the baby got down on one knee and proposed. Congratulations to them. I mean, having a kid is gonna force you to grow up real quick. Let's just hope for the best for Zoe Laverne. Also in the news, on Last Drama Alert, I interviewed Ice Poseidon. We talked about the dangers of this cancel culture movement going on in our community. And KSI has spoken out. KSI tweeted out today, glad people are starting to realize how toxic this cancel culture is. Fan responded by saying, cancel culture is cringe in my opinion. Sometimes they are helpful, but most of the time they are cringe. KSI responded by saying, if somebody is a P-word or is doing, you know, SA, of course cancel them, but jokes, dark humor? And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, good guy KSI. But speaking about KSI, he had some comments about this new fight coming up with Logan Paul versus the Mayweathers. And he says,
Sorry for you, though. Don't know why, but I laugh so hard when his record has been shown on TV. This is the most pointless fight of all mankind. I can't believe it's happening. I guess everyone's just trying to get their money up. I'm not going to be a clown and pay to watch this. I'll just wait online the next day for the results, which will be Mayweather winning, because again, this is the most pointless fight. Like, I don't even know how they're gonna promote this. Oh, Logan Paul has a chance. Yes, he lost to KSI, this random rapping YouTuber. But trust me, all it takes is one punch. And remember, Mayweather is so much smaller than KSI, and there's a smaller reach. Yeah, he might have a 50-0 record, and yeah, he might have way more boxing knowledge than KSI, but still, Logan Paul has a chance.
now listen, I think we all know Mayweather's gonna win, right? Obviously, but I still want to see it. I'm still buying that fight. But speaking about the Paul brothers boxing, many people have been asking themselves, who is Jake Paul gonna be fighting next? Well, roughly a week ago, Jake Paul revealed that he was in talks to potentially fight Tommy Fury. Fury's promoter, Frank Warren, said that, yeah, let's make this fight happen. Let's do 50-50. Let's get it done. Yeah, I highly doubt Jake Paul's gonna do a 50-50 prize pool or whatever with Fury. But some gambling sites are now actually taking bets on this, Tommy Fury versus Jake Paul. So more and more, it's coming across like this fight actually might happen. But speaking about Jake Paul and boxing, his last fight with Ben Askren was with Triller, and you know, it got a lot of pay-per-view buys, but apparently there was a lot of illegal streaming of this fight. Yesterday, Triller came out with an announcement that they are like going after anybody that pirated this fight, saying that the maximum penalty is $150,000 per illegal stream. And Triller basically says in this statement, like, hey, look, if you pirated this, if you watched this illegally, we will give you till June 1st to pay us the money, the $50 for the pay-per-view, to avoid legal action. However, they straight up name Ethan Klein's H3H3 podcast in this statement. They say Triller filed legal action on April 23rd in U.S. District Court of Central California against the owners of the H3H3 podcast website for piracy of the April 17th event and dozens of other sites. In the case of the H3H3 podcast, Triller added the site to its legal action after the site owner admitted on his own podcast that he pirated and shared the Paul versus Ben Askren fight. The legal action could result in civil fines up to $150,000 per illegal stream, as well as potentially $250,000 in criminal fines and up to 5 years in jail. The fines are calculated as $150,000 per instance. So for the H3H3 and other sites who rebroadcast the event to many people, the damages are large. Whoa! Now listen, right off the gate, H3H3, Ethan Klein, responds to this by putting out this tweet. Apparently, I'm being sued by Triller. News to me, especially considering I did not rebroadcast or pirate it. What? Okay, so Ethan's saying, I didn't pirate it. I didn't rebroadcast it. Well, let's look at the evidence. On the Frenemies episode known as James Charles' entire channel demonetized, Ethan Klein has this to say. Roll it.
But I don't know why the ref called it. I just found that the obscene.
You know what?
I waited so fucking long for that.
You watched?
I watched the whole. I bootlegged it. I pirated it.
Yikes! I think he admitted it. In the H3H3 podcast episode known as Jake Paul Fight Was a Disaster, Ethan has this to say. Roll it.
You guys watch the Jake Paul boxing?
Boy, did I ever.
Bro, I saw this joke online, but so I'm not going to claim this as my own, but it is what comes to mind. I fucking pirated that shit, and I still felt robbed.
Mm-hmm.
Yikes! He also said this. Roll it.
Really insane. 1.5 million pay-per-view orders. I didn't pay for that shit. I almost did, but Ian came through with the link. Daddy.
I don't know what you're talking about. You gonna play cool?
You didn't do anything wrong.
I didn't do anything.
Ian, you sent
I
me to
don't
like,
know
come
what
on.
I'm
You had like
doing.
backups and backups and backups. I was like, this
That
one's not
wasn't
working.
me.
I'm going to buy it. You're like, hold strong. You sent me one
Don't
that
think that was
worked.
me.
Ooh, it is not looking good. And on that same podcast episode, he started showing the Jake Paul versus Ben Askren fight. That's right, H3H3 showed a large portion of the Ben Askren and Jake Paul fight and showed obviously the most important part of the fight. Jake knocked out Ben Askren, but also, if you look at the source of the video that he's playing on his podcast, this pay-per-view footage is coming from an unlisted video with only 2 views. That's right, H3H3 is playing an unlisted video in the background on YouTube with only 2 views, meaning I would assume that he uploaded this or somebody on his team uploaded this. I mean, it only has 2 views. Ethan is the second person to view it. Well, we actually found that unlisted video, and it was uploaded to a channel known as Zach the Sound Lad with the H3H3 podcast logo. So I guess the question is, guys, why did Ethan tweet out, apparently I'm being sued by Triller? News to me, especially considering I did not rebroadcast or pirate it. What? That tweet is now deleted. But ladies and gentlemen, that's it for the news today. Guys, if you are new here, make sure you subscribe because we're going to stay on that story for sure. We're going to update you with every new development. And make sure you take the time to slap a like on it. And I want to know your thoughts. I actually spend hours after every upload reading your guys' comments. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I mean, you guys always try to bait me and you're like, if you really read comments, like this comment. And I always like the comment. Stop baiting me! Guys, make sure you're sub because you know as soon as I get the scoop, I'm going to keep you in the loop.